When I first got interested in motocross, I immediately knew this is what I want to do. Every morning when I wake up, my first thought is motocross. It's my passion. I just love racing.
That's probably one of the fastest girls on the planet.
She's awesome, she's inspiring, she's deaf, and it's amazing to me that she can ride a bike like she does without hearing it, just off from field.
I first got on my bike when I was 3. I first started riding because I thought it was awesome. I'm a competitive person. When I first got on my bike, I loved it. It became my passion. I've always wanted to do this.
There's your best friend right there.
Yeah, that's your best friend, your motorcycle, right? Yeah. Forget the girls. No, that's my boyfriend. She said, that's my boyfriend. He's what? Oh, his name is Honda.
I'm here on the Honda Red Bull track for a test ride with Jeremy McGrath, so he can help teach me. And he's helping me a lot to get ready for the X Games. I'm really excited because that competition is coming up soon.
She's the current WMA outdoor champion and the current X Games gold medalist.
I think it's paid off. She's, won the championship last year, and I think there's going to be many more from her to come. She's only 19.
Out there, I believe, as we said, I think that our Jacqueline Strong in number 5 spot, Sarah Whitmore in 6.
Ashley Fiolek's going to go the long way around, and she picks Bash, number 33, running second. Fiolek now. Then it's Bobby. Then the 254 machine of Jacqueline Strong. Moto she'd had hoped for, making her return to racing.
Last year for the 2009 WMX Championship, Ashley went into the last round knowing she had to have 11th place or higher to be done and win the championship in the first moto.
I knew I had to do better than 11th place to win the championship. Normally I'm pretty calm, but this time I was nervous for some reason.
Got around Bass, and Tara Geiger blows the corner coming back down into the straightaway, has to get the thing completely spun back.
She got a really bad start at that race. And then she was back in 7th or 8th and had to catch up to Jessica, and she was in front then.
Came around just pretty routine corner.
And then she hit, she cross-rutted.
And caught a rut, and it threw her to the ground.
And just went flipping.
I was standing right there.
Has gone down somewhere on the track.
Then I broke my collarbone in a crash, but I kept going on my bike. I got back on and kept going for 5 more laps.
Folks at home on the internet joining us, Jessica Patterson grabbed the whole shot in WMA Moto number 1 and has opened up quite a bit. Then we see Tara Geiger in behind her. Geiger on the Yamaha, been injured for the majority of the season. Then we see Sarah Whitmore, number 89, on the Muscle Milk KTM. Whitmore's been over in Europe, racing the GP circuit with the...
You know, to ride that out for 5 laps to try to get a championship, you know, no matter how you train, you can't train for that. That's got to come from your heart, you know.
Having a tough moto, number 1.
A lot of riders broke their collarbones, of course, but they usually pull off, you know. She picked up a 200-pound motorcycle and got going, so I think that's pretty cool.
Jessica Patterson brings home the win at Geico Honda. Wait to see who's going to hold on to that number 2 spot. It is the number 5 of Mary.
It was really painful. I suffered a lot. I felt like someone was stabbing me, but I wanted to win the championship.
We'll be starting in just a few moments. Race fans, you want to get up there and check it out. I'm telling you, it's something you don't want to miss. But again,
I finished in 7th place and I won the championship. Right now, I have a plate and 6 screws in my collarbone. Did you understand? I said when we all take off, we're going to hit that first jump and all crash. I'm scared. I hope none of the girls will hit me. Yeah, it's steep. When I first walked into the X Games track, I was really surprised how huge the jumps were. When I looked at the map, it didn't seem that bad. I thought there were no triples, but there was this huge triple and even 2 jumps side by side. So honestly, I was nervous, because that's where the race was going to take place.
The only disadvantage that I can see for her being deaf and riding a motorcycle is most riders listen for the sound of the engine to know when to shift. So I think that she has to rely on just the feel, the vibration through the handlebars to her hands, you know, when it's time to shift the engine. So I think that that would probably be the biggest challenge.
My mom and dad always believed in me. They always encouraged me. They never wanted me to feel any different. My dad taught me how to feel vibrations on the bike. That's how I learned when to shift. I don't think anything is different. There are advantages and disadvantages. I have to stay in my lane. I cannot move around until I'm sure there's nobody behind me. But there are no distractions either. Like, I don't hear people talking smack about me, people talking around me, so those are my advantages. I think God made me who I am. I'm happy that I'm deaf. Deaf pride.
When she should have been talking, she wasn't talking. So to us, it was always like, well, why isn't she talking? We took her to the local hospital, and they said she was mildly retarded. So we were really upset, because we're like, well, it was just hard for us to understand. It's like, well, she's just not talking. Everything else is fine. You know, she's not lacking in any other area. And then one day I was working in the kitchen, and she was like just, you know, like a foot away from me, and I accidentally dropped a tray of pans, and it was like this huge noise, and she didn't move, like nothing. I'm like, oh, she didn't hear it. So then I started banging pans behind her, and I was like, well, she's not hearing me. So then we took her to the University of Michigan, and she was there for like 5 minutes, and they're like, oh, she can't hear anything. As soon as they told us, we went then immediately to another room, and there was a person that knew sign language, and they taught us like 5 words, and she was, like I said, almost 3 at that point, and just her whole face like lit up. I mean, she was just like, oh, finally, like they get it, you know? And I think we were more happy then, I think, like I said, than anything, because it was like finally we had a way to communicate.
I moved to Florida because there's a big school for the deaf here, and I can ride all year because it never snows.
Will you guys live here?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
We live
yeah.
about 4 or 5 houses down.
Oh, okay, yeah. Soon she'll have all of her posters and everything here, but thank you for coming.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Thanks for coming.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, ma'am. Thanks, guys.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, she's a young woman, but to be able to take the time for kids and to inspire, you know, I have other people tell me that she inspires them is just a big thing and really makes me proud of her.
The X Games, it's going to be a tight race.
This is a huge event. There are a lot of fans, a lot of people here. The jumps are crazy. This year I think it's more tricky, more challenging than it was last year. It's kind of cool because all the girls can show everybody. The girls can do Supercross.